What's up guys, DK Jones here and welcome to our Brazilian Grand Prix preview at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pes in Sao Paulo, which had its first Grand Prix held in 1973 with a circuit length of 4.309 kilometers. C2 hards, C3 mediums and C4 softs. Our tire allocations the same as last time out. We're going to have 71 laps around the track with a lap record of a 1:10.540. The last Brazilian Grand Prix we had in 2019 was a crazy race where Max Verstappen won, Gasly got on the podium, and Sainz post-race ended up on the podium. The last race in Mexico was won by Verstappen, Hamilton came in P2 and Perez finished on the podium in his home race with some brilliant scenes on the podium. And the race distance, 71 laps around the track, is a 305.909 kilometers. So Verstappen extends his lead in the Drivers' Championship to now 19 points ahead of Hamilton. Hamilton ahead of his teammate who's ahead of Checo Perez. Norris is still ahead of the two Ferraris, and Daniel Ricciardo is comfortably ahead of Gasly, who is ahead of Alonso in the top 10. On to the bottom half of the championship, Ocon is leading the two Aston Martins and Tsunoda is still in P14. Russell is ahead of Raikkonen, who jumps his teammate Nicholas Latifi. Giovinazzi is the last driver on points, with the two Haas drivers still yet to score. And in the Constructors Championship, there are battles up and down the field. Mercedes are 1 point ahead of Red Bull, Ferrari jumped McLaren, and Alpine and AlphaTauri are on the same exact points. Aston Martin are in no man's land, the same with Williams and Alfa Romeo, and Haas are the only team still yet to score. So time for the hot lap in Sao Paulo as we approach turn 1. Downhill we go as we approach the Senna S, a very short one actually. You can ride that curb on the left hand side onto the second straight, the second DRS zone on the track. Very good opportunity for overtaking into the next left-hander going wide onto the curb. Lots of nice slow to medium speed corners around here as we go flat out through that right-hander and through this, and then braking for the next right-hander, hitting the apex perfectly, and then the left-hander, a long left-hander comes out immediately, and then late apex through here, braking, hitting the apex perfectly, going on wide there. Very flat out here, so you don't have to worry about having too much of a perfect racing line. Final real corner of the track now as we go onto the throttle. Have to get good traction through here because this is a main straight, very long straight onto the line. DRS is active on the main straight, and that was your hot lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Now it's time for my qualifying predictions, and through the past few years Verstappen has been looking very good on this track, so I think it's kind of a no-brainer to say that Max Verstappen will get pole position here. The funny thing I've gone for is Bottas to out-qualify Hamilton with Perez on the second row, Gasly in P5 ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, Leclerc in between the two McLarens, and Sainz behind that sandwich, and George Russell to make it into Q3. I know it's been some time since he's done that this season. Now it's time for the return of sprint qualifying. It's probably the last time we're going to see it for a very long time now, but I have gone for Verstappen to finish first in the sprint and qualify on pole, with Hamilton right behind him and Perez getting the last points paying position. Bottas on the second row with Perez, Ricciardo in P5 ahead of the two Ferraris, Russell actually making up 2 positions to qualify in P8, Gasly dropping down to 9th place, and Alonso getting into the top 10. Now it's time for the race predictions, and being so close to the end of the season, I don't think it's going to be very straightforward. Lots of drivers will be willing to take risks through the course of the last 4 races, and I've gone for Valtteri Bottas to end up capitalizing on the carnage. Verstappen and Perez making it a double Red Bull podium with Ricardo in 4th place. The first DNF being Lewis Hamilton amongst 4 DNFs, and I've gone for Max Verstappen to win Driver of the Day. Now it's time for one of my favorite factors about sprint qualifying, the weekend schedule, because on Friday we're going to have FP1 at 12:30 to 13:30, but on Friday we're going to have qualifying at 16 to 17, and then Saturday we're going to have FP2 at 12 to 13, and then sprint qualifying at 16:30 to 17, and then of course the race at 14. These are track times in Sao Paulo, Brazil, so you have to find out what times these are where you are. But if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave your predictions down in the comment section below. And from me, DK Jones, I'll see you next time.